Novia, long time no see you since my birthday.
Hey, Mom.
Oh, hi. Kimio's cooking tonight, not me.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, baby. Hi, babe.
I'm going to be...
Hi! Okay, hello, chefs. How are you today? It's not the most challenging dish we're gonna make, but there's definitely some challenging moments. Like I mentioned on the WhatsApp, the aqua pazza literally means crazy water. What I really like about this dish, it is a culmination of many skill sets that we have learned over the last 32 episodes. That's a pantry.
Wow. I miss people.
Green cardamom is the best thing that's ever happened to me, outside of my child.
Everyone's very quiet. Is everyone scared or?
Of course they're scared. This is chefy stuff.
Show me, 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 show me. Okay.
This is not.
I had taken some time off. My son was just born. I had planned to get back to work in the new year. Was fielding some offers, executive chef positions, and then Canada was shut down mid-March. And I didn't know when I was going to cook again. And that's really tough. Cooking's my first love, my dancing partner, and it's a lot of things to me.
I haven't opened this since I've worked in a restaurant. That's a $40 fish spatula. A 10 mil melon baller. And there's a regular one. It
was very depressing at first. You don't know who you are a little bit because, like, you know, if there's something taking me away from my wife and my children, it's cooking.
I've been paid to cook consistently since I was 18. So, 18 years is the longest time I've haven't professionally cooked. The amount of restaurants or the amount of hospitality dies, you know, they say between 30 and 50%. I'm afraid of losing who I am. What am I, like, you know, artist formerly known as chef? I wouldn't know what to call myself if I wasn't this.
When your loved one knows that you can work an 80-hour work week, but you don't want to fucking mow the lawn, That's really hard on everyone around you because you're not motivated. Wow, it's so good. Fuck, right there, right front and center. Woo! Now that's a rhubarb pie.
I hate texting, which is a real problem because the whole world texts. Now, especially if you take a cooking class by your son. And the next day is 94 texts.
I know 5:15.
We've been shut down.
No, we've been highlighted.
I'm going to get started. The artichoke is kind of a funny vegetable, right? You know, there's this like bitter edge, right? There's these bitter leaves that seem quite scary, and you guys are kind of learning a skill set that maybe would be a little apprehensive or you'd be kind of afraid to get into. So let's get to cleaning these up. It's definitely a job. It's the biggest part of the evening. Once you learn how to do this, you'll rethink canned or jarred artichokes. You'll definitely look at it differently from now on, okay?
I never really applied myself when it came to cooking because I felt I didn't need to. I think that's really common for people that live in Toronto. You want to take advantage of all this incredible food and all the restaurants that are available here. I was really nervous to join the class because I had been to Luke's restaurant before and had a lot of really fancy meals on the menu, and there was no way I could ever cook like that.
May I ask a question? Is this peeled enough?
Yeah, you're done. This is my artichoke now. And that's pretty much the heart right there. Perfect.
Okay, great.
Uh,
Time.
that looks awesome.
Check out how beautiful the flower is inside.
I know, right?
Is that with a spoon?
So get rid of those.
You see the layers? Is that what you mean?
Cooking with several people who you've never met through a Zoom class, I did not think that I would like it.
Because I'm like some random person from North Carolina who's like, hey guys.
I would trim off the top a little bit.
Okay.
Before the pandemic, like when one of my interviews for fellowship, they asked if you couldn't be a doctor, what would you be? And I said I'd be a chef. Not that I like know how to cook. Food helps you understand different cultures. Food is also something that just brings people together.
There, yeah. Good job, Marioxie. That's perfect.
The most difficult part of the lockdown is that I can't think too far ahead in the future. There is nothing to romanticize about the lockdown, but the one good thing is that it really makes you look inside yourself because you have no other choice. You cannot look away.
Sometimes you have to look at something that's not as appetizing as you want it to be and just make it appetizing.
Beth?
Yeah.
What if the hairs aren't coming out?
Just put some muscle behind it. Like it doesn't come easy, right? Just like a lot of things in life.
I've been running my daycare for almost 10 years now. Yeah. But then everything started closing. We had to work from home. Then I had to close my daycare also. It was sad, yeah, because they were missing me. I was missing them.
Okay, so is everyone's still prepping artichokes? Okay, that's cool. So like I mentioned on the WhatsApp, the aqua pazza literally means crazy water, and that's because to do with the chili in it. There's a little bit of spice in it, and the story is that the cook went down to the ocean to fetch a pot of water, of salted, seawater. He brought it back up. He put it on the stove, and just added tons of olive oil and garlic and chili and tomatoes. and had this kind of spicy, salty broth.
Okay.
And he started poaching fish in it.
Hold on, there is 4. And I need 1. Ah, I think it's a boring. Here it is. Around March 26, I'm sick as a dog. I lost my taste, I lost the smell, I have fever, I have body ache. That's when I knew I had COVID. What was so hard? I lost my job, I lost my girlfriend.
I live here by myself. My main family is in Venezuela.
I was more scared for my life because of the support that I gave to my parents than for my life.
Something happened to me, my mom is gonna be screwed.
What the heck? I never liked to cook. But then I remember cooking myself and I gotta be better, I'm gonna get healthy. And shaking and I remember eating and not tasting the food. But I said, I need to eat, I need to be healthy, I need to recover. And the artichokes. Look.
Yeah, that looks good. Let me see the other side. Yeah, that looks perfect. This might be a first time for you, but every time I cook artichokes, I feel like an accomplished chef. And it was my first test at school, my first practical test was to properly turn artichokes and properly cook them. And I remember in school thinking okay, it's an artichoke, but I don't know, I could be doing better things with my time. So I come back to Toronto, find a cool job at a restaurant called Campagnolo on Dundas, not there anymore. And what do? They made me peel half a case of artichokes on day 1. And I was just and they're like, you know how to do this? And I was like, yeah, I know how to do this. And it's just, I can never let go of that memory.
I miss the people. I miss working with people. I miss mentoring people. I miss the customers. I'm not teaching recipes. I'm teaching everyone to be better cooks, frugal cooks. Cooking in season is cheaper. It didn't take gallons of gasoline for that shit to get here.
Luke?
Yeah.
I'm loath to do this work, so.
Why?
I don't know.
But it's one of your favorite foods, Mom.
It is. My kids grew up eating all that kind of thing, and fresh herbs. My father was a huge believer in it, that you don't eat out of season. I wanted to be a chef. I did at one point, but I would have been stuck in the kitchen for the rest of my life because I'm a girl, and the chances of me growing up into it would have been very slim. I think it's really hard, and so I didn't want that for my children. Now and then, both of my children are in it, but Luke, that's his vocation in life.
Now, we are building a much more elegant version of aquapazza for sure. Okay, it's just tomatoes. And to be clear, it's not tomato sauce. It's fresh tomatoes being dropped in broth. Okay, it's a very different flavor. See? They're very nice. These are probably grown in a greenhouse. Everyone's stored on their last artichoke? Okay, if no one's crying, I'm gonna start moving.
Tomatoes. 16 to 20.
My mother's influence on me as a cook is vast. My first thing that I was really proud of cooking was split pea soup with my mother, specifically Pierre Freny, out of the cookbook. That's how much I know that memory. It's always evoking a memory, and I think that so much of that is food. Sometimes though, the memory is that of your mother or your father or someone cooking that item for you. Now you're, as a chef, you are chasing that memory.
The combination of artichokes and clams are brilliant. The other reason why I asked for you to get halibut, but other fishes are great. But halibut is a flat fish that eats clams and mussels. So I kind of like that narrative that we are like cooking with halibut and clams, you know?
I realized some of my frozen fish was a whole bunch of skin just hanging out.
Oh, what is that?
Like, my mom never gave me any of her recipes, really, and I still can make curry because I watched her. It's all through smell. So, like, connecting with my mom's spirit is really important through cooking. Like, every anniversary of my mom's passing, I make dishes that she used to make. And usually I do at least one dish that I've never made before. I get in like curry making moods. And part of it is because I miss my mom and I don't know how else to express it sometimes. So for me, it's like, I'm just gonna make her food or make curry, but really it's because I miss my mom every day, right? I don't even know what the question was anymore.
I'm going to season my halibut here. You guys can do this, but it's not totally necessary, but I thought it was nice.
Pork and chive dumplings. That is my favorite. My mother, those are days when she has day off, and my sister and I would have been asking for maybe weeks, and then she'll just spend all of the Sunday and she'll roll it out, and I eat them boiled or steamed, which is my favorite. In these immigrant families, first generation, the only time you get to spend time with each other is when you're eating.
I think as a kid, you don't know what you have till it's gone. Now that I've moved out and I have my own family, there's a lot of traditions that I want to pass on to my kids and want them to eat, what I grew up eating. I just understand part of who their mom is.
Food was a way for my mom to talk to me about Colombia, to talk to me about her family, to talk to me how she learned these recipes, and to talk about our culture and the importance of it. My mom was alone here. All of her family migrated to the States. My mom was the only one that migrated here. Food was always something that brought us together. And I think even moments where I'd be upset and I'd be in my room, or if I was stressed doing homework and I just needed to be alone, or one of my mom's favorite ways to show love is to just bring a bowl of fruit.
You can make all that fish scrap, you can make a quick little fish fumet with, or fish stock, and it'll be very good.
I have so many wonderful memories of food growing up. It was such an important part of our family. My father really came from a scarcity sort of situation where I think, there often wasn't an abundance of food available, which is the reality for many Indigenous people. I really learned a lot from my father about how we live and how we eat, and to never really take any of that for granted.
I know I keep on repeating myself, but like understanding your ingredients and then applying them the way you want to cook, that is you being an independent chef and an independent cook, right? That is when cooking is fun.
Knowing where your ingredients come from, where it originated from, allows us to appreciate every individual ingredient. Each ingredient matters as it plays a role in a dish.
I remember sitting here in my kitchen and having food and sometimes crying. I started to cry because I was like, I don't know if my family they have food. For waste food here. I was feeling sad and guilty and angry. That I go to a grocery store and see all the varieties and think about that my family didn't have that. being away from your family, for me, it's really hard because I miss them every day. And I say, something happened to me, that's it. Like, they're not going to be able to see me. They're not going to be able to even see my body. Like, you know. It's been a really challenging time, but it gave me a lot of time to think about myself and to think about my life. Now I realize I gotta take care of myself. I gotta take care of my emotions, my health, my passion, my love, like all of this. And then I can be able to care for others.
You have to remember that for the longest time, artichokes was not food. They were flowers, okay? And it took adversity, it took hard times, pandemics, wars, all those things. It took someone creative enough to look at an artichoke and think that it was food. That's why I think it's very appropriate for what we're doing, you know?
I find Luke incredibly patient. Well, it's hard to teach people, especially online, and everybody yelling and screaming at
I think
them.
having a baby that's 9 months old has given them a little more patience.
Just a simple peasantry dish, but yet it can turn into a restaurant dish.
Zoom is limited. How do we bring community together in this limited format? The superficiality of it really starts setting in for me. I'm like, there's nothing about this is real. If anything, this Zoom is telling me how separate we are, right? It's like there is this like veil where like the cooking part though, we're not looking for something to say. We're all on the same page. We're all excited to be there. And then the feeling lingers for so long because whatever we've made, we get to eat.
The cooking class, it's actually something that I guess just helps bring some normalcy, and we don't know when this is gonna end, but we do know that on Wednesday night, we will have a yummy pastry, and Friday night, we'll have an exquisite dinner.
It was the best thing that has happened during pandemic, the cooking class, yeah.
The classes for me really reminded me that it's important to be a beginner, that it's important to kind of struggle and fail at a few things sometimes, and that if you try really hard and practice, you can basically do anything.
Cuando vaya a Venezuela les cocinaré todos los platos que he aprendido.
And one of my dreams is like one day when we could all gather again, all the people that was in this cooking channel can each make one of the dishes by themselves of what we all did, and then we have a big party, and Luke will be so proud of us. I want to make him proud.
The community is still coming together. It's still community. But it's community being better at community. How many people do we have? I know we're like over 100. I'm always excited when new people start talking on it. It's hard to say what the group is doing now. There's people answering each other's questions now. And as they're getting better at community, as well as getting better at cooking, right? I am excited, though, to find a better balance. I'm excited to be a better father and a better husband because I think it will make me a better chef. Those people.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, dear
I'll share this with you guys. I didn't really plan on doing this, but I can't tell you how good it feels to mentor and to train new cooks and to kind of have a new beginning on my next birthday. You know, it's really sweet, and you guys are improving so well, and you're so attentive. And thank you for providing purpose.
Mm.